Good morning, doll people. Tonight I am working on another corset. Well, let me back up 1 second here. I was working on this corset here, the next SD corset, which I am totally in love with so far. Well, it was upside down, but anyway. This is one I'm making for... This one I am going to keep for myself. The colors here are perfect for Miss Tegan, so she will be wearing that one. But yes, I'm trying to kind of time myself as I'm working through this one, so that I can come up with a pricing idea, because I've got people asking already about commissioning them. So yeah, I need to time myself. So I'm at a point where I can't go on right now without the sewing machine, so I can't do that while I talk. So I figured I will work on the next corset. Somebody contacted me on Instagram after I posted pictures the last couple of days of the corset that I've been working on, and asked about commissioning one for this lady here, Magic Mirror Chiffon. Actually, I'm not sure if hers is a chiffon, but it's this body, and she knew I had one of those, so she asked if I could scale this pattern down. Well, she asked if I could do a corset for her in that size, and you know, I didn't have the pricing worked out yet. I mean, I still don't have the pricing worked out, but she told me what her budget was, and it is good. You know, it's kind of where I was thinking, if not even more than what I was kind of had in mind before I've actually done any math to figure out. So yes, I'm going to be working on that for her, and check out Instagram. I feel like I say this every day, but you know, if you're not following me on Instagram yet, go follow me on Instagram, because I'm actually very active on Instagram, so I post pretty much every day, sometimes a number of things a day. So, you know, if you want to keep up with me, there is the best place to do it, because aside from this week, I am definitely not good with keeping up with videos, and I don't use Facebook much. So anyways, Instagram, it's Angsty Penguin, same as it's spelled on my channel name. And the point was, if you go there, today I posted a little tutorial on how to make a, well, I did a corset, but I mean, you know, any kind of pattern for any kind of doll, really, using masking tape. And, you know, you wrap it on the doll and then cut it off into your pattern pieces. And anyways, I did a little tutorial on how to do that, because a couple of people asked me to do so. So I did. So anyways, now I'm testing that pattern. I've got my pieces here, and as no pattern is perfect the first time you make it, pretty much always needs to be adjusted somewhere. But so before I make that one for her, I'm doing a test run for, I don't know, for myself, I guess. I'm using these fabrics here, beautiful mauves, which matches her face up quite well, because I have an unhealthy obsession with monochrome, I guess. I thought that might refocus, but no. So anyways, test run with this so I can adjust the pattern as needed, and once I've got that perfected, then I will make one for her, which is going to be black and silver. And here's the trims I'm using with it. So it's going to be these like natural colored crochets with ooh, almost out of that one actually. Hopefully that's enough. So anyways, I'm working on cutting this out while I chatter. Yes. So that is all just what I'm working on. Now the chatter is supposed to be about I was going to answer the next question on that people asked me on Instagram many prompted. So the next question I got was from Kiara678, and she just asked, what is my favorite sculpt? Which you think might be an easy answer, but it's not really. I mean, I don't know, maybe it is an easy answer. I don't really have one, I guess. I don't have, like, okay, like of my own dolls, I do have, you know, I've got a couple in my collection that are, I would say, are my favorites. But is it, you know, because that's my favorite sculpt ever? No. Okay, well, one of my favorite dolls, my very favorites, I would say my two favorites are my my Twiggling Ingenue, Rusalka, and then the girl whose head I just showed a moment ago. This is Tegan. She is a Limois half-elf. Now, I don't particularly love this sculpt. Like, it's not like every time I see a Limois half-elf, I'm like, oh my god, I love that doll. Who is that? No, I adore this one. My exact sculpt and how she's painted and styled, and but I wouldn't say that Limois is my favorite sculpt. So I don't know. And then Rusalka, my Twiggling Ingenue, is my other, that I would say in my collection is my other favorite. But is Ingenue my favorite sculpt ever? I don't know. I definitely have a much stronger reaction with Ingenue in general than, like I was just saying, with my Limois girl. I definitely, I don't know that I've ever seen an Ingenue that I didn't like. So maybe that makes her my favorite. I don't know. And of course, those are just ones I own too. There's, both of my incoming girls, I would say, are kind of my Grail dolls. So, are they my favorites? I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to say because I haven't seen them in person yet. You know, seeing pictures online, and that's the Twiggling Kahlo and Pasha Pulse. So, yeah, I don't know. It's hard. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being silly about it and trying to make too much of it. I don't know. I'm weird like that, I guess. I can't commit to saying this is my favorite. So yeah, the Pasha Pulse and Twiggling Kahlo, Artifacts Kindred Kahlo, are definitely have been my grails for some time now. Well, both of them since they came into existence. But yeah, I haven't seen them in person yet, so you know, sometimes you think you're gonna love something and then you get it in front of you and it's just not quite what you'd hoped, or it's like you can't bond or whatever. So yeah, I just hesitate to commit to picking a favorite when I haven't seen them in person, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just being silly. Now if I had to pick a favorite body, it's maybe a little easier. I love my Twiggling bodies, or buddy, well, I guess I have a little one too, but I love my Twiggling body, and I love the aesthetics of my Doll Chateau girl. I've got a YO3 body. But my limois girl. Oh well, actually, okay. So I've actually got 2 limois bodies, which I was really hesitant about because I don't. I really like body diversity. I don't like having more than one doll with the same body. I know it's just weird to, like, if I wanted to take a picture of them together or even just stand them next to each other, it's like they're little clones. They're little clone bodies, and that's people aren't like that. People have, you stand any 2 people next to each other and no one of them are going to have the same body. So I greatly prefer my dolls to have different bodies. However, every head that I put on this body just looks freaking great. So at some point I ended up with 2 of them, and it's kind of aesthetically the body is gorgeous, but it's a pretty shit poser. It's a pretty shit poser. So yeah, I don't know. I hate that my favorite body is a shit poser, but it's just so freaking gorgeous, and every head I stick on her looks great. So I guess all things considered, that's my favorite body, I guess. So so now I'm questioning, do I just say fuck body diversity and buy like 3 more of these bodies? I just counted. I went into the and checked out all of my floating heads, and actually have 7 heads. Yeah, I have 7 heads that all look great on this body that don't have bodies of their, well, I mean, like 2 of them are the ones that belong to the body. So I have 5 extra heads fighting over these bodies. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just need to break down and buy a 3rd limois body. Not that I can afford it. I don't know. Keep my eye out on the marketplace, and maybe one will pop up for a great price sometime. And I don't know. I should just shuffle their heads around. I don't know. It just seems silly to have a bunch of the same bodies. I mean, if I had all of my dolls as complete dolls, and then obviously they all need a body, and if they're the same, whatever, that's, I don't know. I don't mean to I don't know. Just for me personally, that's not a thing that I want, is to have a bunch of the same. And I know that works for some people, and that's awesome if that works for you. But I just want some diversity. But so the point, I guess where I was going there was, you know, if I was going to have no floating heads and just to have all of my dolls on bodies, which I don't have A, the space for, or B, the money for. I definitely can't afford to have everybody on a body, so and yeah, they just take up a lot of space. I mean, they're all SD to SD or SD17 heads, so it's like, if I actually had all of my dolls, if all of my heads had bodies, I have a lot of floating heads right now. If all of my heads had bodies, I would have no room left in my apartment. Maybe someday when I am in a much bigger house. So, well, I kind of got really off track there, I guess. I mean, not that I should be surprised, but yeah, the question was, what is my favorite sculpt? Short answer is I don't really have one. I have lots of sculpts that I love, and you know, maybe a whole group of ones that I might say were vying for favorite position, but I can't really narrow it down to one. But I can pick a favorite body, and that's going to have to be the limois it's like 50, 57 or 58 centimeter body that the Limois Half Elf comes on. I think they've got a couple of different options, but it's the one that the Half Elf comes with. That's where I got mine from. So, yes, I guess that's all I've got to say about that. Alright, got my pattern cut out. I'm going to get back on the sewing machine now and make some noise. So I will talk at you guys again tomorrow. Have a lovely day.